Eladim, it's so exciting. I know you know all about the Parashat. All week I've been hearing you guys singing and playing sink and float games and building out of the blocks Tevot and stuff like that. What's this week's Parashat? Who knows? What's the name of the Parashat?
Noah.
That's right. Parashat of the week is Noah. 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 The Parashat of the week is Noah. We talked about Noah. Okay, we're gonna go very fast. Now say hello to Noach. Hi guys. Hi Noach. In my time, the people were very not nice. They were all the time hurting and fighting and never respecting each other's things. Ha, I see that man. He's walking with a bundle of wheat. So what if I take just one grain of wheat? And he went and he stole, children, just one grain of wheat. Says, that's only a grain of wheat, only one. And then the next person came and said, oh, look. Ha! That man's walking with...
It's Hamas.
I know, I'm using him over. With bundles of wheat. So what if I go and I steal and I take just one grain of wheat? And the next person came and did the same thing. And the next and the next. And children, hundreds of people came and every person took just one kernel of wheat. So you know what happened, children? You know what happened? I'm going to show you. The man was left without nothing. He had nothing left to sell. All the kernels of wheat were stolen. And everybody said, it wasn't my fault. I only took one grain of wheat. Only one. But in this way, children, the people hurt each other. And they did not respect each other's things and each other's properties. And when a girl came to get married, she got all dressed pretty. And she was all ready to get married. Put the veil by her face to come and get married and be very beautiful. And the man who wanted to marry her would come and say, okay, we're going to make a wedding and we're going to get married. You know what would happen?
Jewish?
Before he managed to go to make the wedding, just before when she was all dressed up pretty, to go to the wedding and say, I'm getting married. You know what would happen? Another man would come and say, I'm going to take her. And he'd grab her and take her away. And they were very not nice children. They kept taking each other's things. And you know what, kids? Even the malachim up in Shamayim, up in heaven, there were angels. And the malachim said to Hashem, Hashem, look how bad the people are. If we lived down there on earth, we wouldn't be so bad. So Hashem said, okay, I'll send you down. And you can go into the world. And Rashi tells us, children, that malachim came and they came to live in the world just like people. And then they saw all the lovely Jewish, not wasn't Jewish, just regular women. They saw the nice girls and they said, oh, we're going to marry them. And the malachim got married to the girls in the world. And they became even worse than the people. They were hurting even more and being very not kind. And you know what? The malachim who got married to the women, the Torah tells us that they made big giants. There were big giants that were born from those marriages, from those weddings. And the giants became even worse. They said, we're so big and we're so strong. We can hurt everyone. And Hashem was so unhappy. Of course, there was one man and his family who were very nice. Who were they? Noah. And anybody know the wife's name? What was the wife's name?
Noah.
Wow, your Lord taught you so well. I am so impressed. And Noach and Nama were very good. And Hashem said, Noach, go and start building a teva. Take strong gopher wood and chop it down and start building a teva. And Noach listened to Hashem, of course. And the bad people came and they said, Noach, what are you chopping all this wood down for? We see you schlepping these big planks of wood. Why are you doing all this wood? Why are you building a teva? And he said, oh, I'm building a teva because a big flood will come. And it's going to basically destroy the whole world. And they started to laugh. Ha, 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 ha. Nonsense. Ha, 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 ha. And they did not listen to Noach. Children, Hashem made Noach build a teva for many years. For 120 years. That's older than an old grandpa age. It's many years. And Hashem said, Noach built for a long time. So people will see how you're building the teva. And they'll say, Noach, why are you building a teva? And Noach said, again, because there'll be a flood. Stop being not nice with each other. But the people did not listen. And children, finally, Noach finished building the teva. A big, beautiful teva with 3 floors to it. And Noach didn't even know how to collect the animals. And I know you all know this very well, children. From the non-kosher animals, how many came? How many came from the non-kosher animals? 2. A daddy and a mummy. So from the non-kosher animals, children, 1 daddy and 1 mummy would come. So 1 male, 1 female. Oh, no, it's pictures. I'm sorry, Yeladim. I don't know where all went. Okay, never mind. So for example, I think that's the one.
Under the table.
You know, I had pictures of pairs. A male and a female. I don't know where it went. It's okay. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter, Yeladim. So for example, make the sound of the animal I picked up. What's that? The dogs. From the dogs, they came 1 male and 1 female. Oh, you know where they are? I made a puppet show for the toddlers and they're still inside the teva. Right? So from non-kosher animals, like cats, which are not kosher, there was only 2. A male and a female, a daddy and a mummy. And from, for example, the parrots that are not kosher, also only 2. Or the lion and the lioness, also only 2 of the non-kosher. But I know you know this, children, from the kosher animals. How many came? 7 daddies, or 7 mummies. These are the mummies. Let's count them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. There was 7 of them. And of the daddies, which are the bulls, there was again also how many? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Anybody in kindergarten or 1st grade can tell me how much is 7 plus 7? Yes, go on.
14.
That's right. It's 14. Good job. You saw you knew that too, right? I remember you learned it in math this week. It's 14 kosher animals. The 7 daddies and the 7 mummies. And they all came, good job, thank you. They all came into the teva. And Hashem said, Noach, now that the animals are in, children, a miracle, by the way, happened, children. Noach didn't have to go and collect the animals. They came on their own. And Noach came with his 3 sons. What are their names? What are the names of the 3 sons? Shem, Ham, and Yafet. Doesn't matter. Which are puppets I found?
Because he's not Jewish.
They were right. Shem was Jewish. And Yafet was very good. And Ham was actually not so nice. But we're not going into that now. And Shem, Ham, and Yafet came into the teva with their daddy. And then the mommy Nama came. And the 3 wives, they came, right, and they all came into the teva. And they started to lock the doors of the teva. And when the people saw, they said, we're going to smash down that teva. We're not letting Noach get away with this. Ha! But you know what Hashem did, children? Hashem sent wild animals like bears, strong wild bears, and they surrounded the teva and they protected Noach. They wouldn't, lions, they wouldn't let Noach get hurt from the people. And at first when the rain started, it started for the first 7 days. Nice rain to get the people to do teshuvah. But they didn't listen. And they said, this rain is what Noach was worried about. This is nothing. It's nothing. But then after 7 days, children, a huge flood started to come. How many days did the flood come for?
40
The rain came down pouring. Right, the rain came down pouring. 40 days and 40 nights. Children, there was one more person out of the teva that also survived. And we're going to meet him again later on in Parashat Vayera. He was a huge giant. And his name is Og Melech HaBashan. He can't fit inside the teva. and he
So
doesn't
he
go.
took the table over and put it on his head.
He did not know. He held onto the table with his hands, and as the table went with Noah and all the animals inside, and of course Noach took food. Children, I don't have enough time today to go into all the details, but I know your Morris taught you. Hashem made a big a brit, like a covenant with Noach to promise that none of the food would turn rotten, and Noach children would open the window. The window, according to Rashi, was actually a beautiful tzohar, a diamond that covered the window. And this tzohar diamond, it let light into the teva. It sparkled and it shone and it gave them light. But every day Noach would open the window a tiny bit and he would give food to Og Melech HaBashan children. We're going to learn about him in Parashat Va'era, not now again, because he helps Avraham Avinu later on. We'll learn about him. But that's why he deserved to live. And even though he was a very bad man, but Noach worked very hard to feed the animals. Mara, Lisa, what time is it, darling?
4 more minutes.
5 more.
I'm going to do it fast. We're going to have to skip a lot of details, but that's okay, because I know your Morris taught you so well. Noach had to work really hard. Him and his wife and his 3, how many children did he have? Who were his sons?
Noah, Nama, Shem, Ham, and Yafet.
Right, and 3 wives. And all the time they worked very, very hard. And one day Noach comes very late to feed the lion. And the lion gets very angry. And you know, children, it's interesting that the lion hurt him. In the teva, none of the animals fought. You had snakes and you had scorpions and bears and all kind of wild animals. Cheetahs and tigers, dangerous animals. But they did not hurt anyone. They were all friends, and the lions didn't eat the sheep that were right near them. But the lion did hurt Noach one day when Noach came late. Because the lion represents like a king. He was representing, he was showing like Hashem is the king of the whole world. The lion is like the king of all the animals. And he was trying to show Noach a message. When Hashem tells you to do something, you have to do it right away. You have to run to do what Hashem tells you to do. So when he came to feed him, children, the lion with his big paw, it hit Noach's leg. And Noach's leg got hit very badly. And from then on he became lame. He couldn't walk properly anymore. And Noach suffered even more. And the conditions in the table were awful, children. We're told that there was no night and not day. Everything was mixed up. You know how for us, the sun shines during the day, and at night is the sun and the moon and the stars. During the times of the flood, children, the weather became all very crazy. At first there was winds, and there was tons of water and rain, but also, children, it became dark, and day and night all mixed up together. And it was very scary for them. And Noach and Nama and Shem, Ham and Yafet and the 3 wives not only worked hard, but they davened to Hashem. And they said, please, please, Hashem, don't do this. Stop the rain, stop the flood. And Noach suddenly hears that the rain stopped. And children, after 100 days, he started to hear, although it rained for 40 days and 40 nights, he still couldn't come out because he looked out the window and you know what he saw? Only a sea. The whole world became one big sea. There was no land left. All the land got washed away and covered, and all the trees and all the houses and the caves and everywhere. And Noach didn't know how to go out, and he waited and he waited. And so children, finally, first he sent out a black raven, but Mora doesn't have time to go into it. And the raven kept going round and round the teva.
Because he thought Noah would steal the wife.
The wife, right? As your Rebbe taught you very well. But then afterwards, Noach waited another week. And finally he sent out the dove. And the dove went far and wide to search and to look for dry land. But she came back. And Noach waited another 7 days. And then, children, you know what the dove found? The tops of the trees started to show. And the dove plucked a It was an olive branch. Olive, children, is very, very bitter. Before the leaf of the olive is very bitter. It doesn't taste good. But the bird came back. The dove came back with an olive branch in its beak. Just like that. To show Noach, look, Noach. The tops of the trees are showing. But she also wanted to give a message to Noach. She wanted to tell Noach, Noach, you've been taking care of me this entire year that we've lived in the Teva. But I don't want you to take care of me anymore. Even though you gave me nice, sweet food to eat, I'd rather eat horrible, bitter tasting leaves and take care of myself than have to live here and you have to take care of me. That we want to take care of ourselves, all the animals, with Hashem's help. And Noach waited another week and he sent out the bird again. And children, that time she flew away and she did not come back because she found dry land. But still Noach would not come out of the Teva till Hashem told him. He knew he has to listen to what Hashem says. Remember the lion hit him and the lion sent him a message? Like, I'm the king of all the animals. Hashem is the king of the whole world. And you have to listen to the king. So Noach waited and he listened to Hashem. And finally Hashem told Noach, come out of the Teva. You and your wives and your 3 sons and their wives and all the animals and their wives. All of them come out and have lots of children and fill the world again. And when Noach came out, he said, he saw a world that was destroyed. It was very sad, children. Everything got destroyed, all the cities, and there were no more people, and there were no more animals other than the ones that were in the Teva. And Noach said, why did Hashem make me bring 7 of the kosher animals? Must be Hashem wants me to tell him thank you and bring up a korban. And he brought up lots of korbanot. And then you know what Hashem showed? Laura forgot the picture, sorry, but I know you guys did it in arts and crafts today. Thank you so much. I know I saw lots of beautiful crafts of it in the school. Hashem showed a rainbow. And Hashem said, children, a rainbow, children, is the shape of a bow and arrow. You know, usually people use a bow and arrow to pull an arrow and to hurt other people. Hashem said, I'm making the shape of a bow and arrow, but it's going to be a pretty bow and arrow. And instead of the bow and arrow pointing down to the world to show like I want to hurt the world, instead I'm going to make the arrow point up to Shamayim to show that I'm putting away my weapons. I'm not going to hurt the world anymore. I promise I will never ever make a flood again. I will never ever hurt a flood again in the whole world. And Hashem said, anytime I'm upset and I'm sad that the people are behaving so not nicely, I'm going to show the rainbow and remind people to start doing teshuvah, to do teshuvah and stop hurting each other. Children, when we see a rainbow, children, we have a very special bracha. We have to say, to thank Hashem for remembering His promise. Zocher habrit v'ne'eman b'vito v'kayam b'ma'amaro. That Hashem keeps His promises and we remember to be extra, extra special. And children, you know what? Very soon, children, Hashem is going to bring for us Mashiach Be'ezrat Hashem, and it's going to be always a perfect world. Thank you, Yaladim. I know we're very late today. Sorry, Mowers. I ran late.